So I was just sitting here thinking, like, why are a lot of people afraid to wake up, afraid of the consciousness? Like, they're getting the information and they're seeing the validity in it, but they're scared to death to come out and to live their lives differently. And in 2012, everyone was thinking, having all these different meanings to 2012. I mean, the ancients predicted this, and what it is that if our culture could, or if our world, humans could stay alive until year 2012, then at that point there would be a shift, a great awakening. People would become more conscious. Okay. And so we made it. We made it to 2012, and now the energetic shifts are happening, and more people are waking up, but it's a slow process. It really is. And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, I know this person gets it. I know this person gets it. I could see them resonating with it, but afraid to apply it in their life. And people are scared to death. That's why people are afraid to come out, because we are so programmed to people please and go with the grain and be a part of the hamster wheel. We're scared to death to not be a part of it because of judgment, because we are an insecure culture. So we will avoid judgment at any cost. That's what perfectionists do. They try to be so perfect, thinking that they can avoid the judgment, when nobody can avoid it. Like, we all experience that in our lives. And so instead of trying to please everyone else, because you're going to get judged anyways, just be yourself. Just come out and be authentic. Figure out who you are. Go against the grain a little. Make some changes in your life. That's why another reason why people are afraid to come out. They're scared to death of change. We are living in a culture of complacency. We are programmed to be complacent. And also, people are afraid to fail. And that's the fucking catch-22 about all of it, is they don't realize the best thing you can do is fail, because that's where all the blessings are. That's where you learn. That is where you grow. And that is where you make huge leaps into the direction of the destiny that you always dreamed of. Is by failing, is by experiencing hardships in your life, learning how to take those hardships and turn them into something great. Even when you lose somebody, when you start to really understand that you don't lose them, we are infinite. Like, they just change form. They're not a human anymore. They're still there. And if you would get to know yourself and connect with Source, you would be able to communicate with them. They never went anywhere. They're still with you now. So people will try to say, okay, how does this contrast benefit my life? How does this kind of problem benefit my life? Give me a scenario. When you start to think differently, you can see things in a way that you've never seen them before. In a way where you're not scared to death of everything. In a way where you're like, what's the next big change I can make that's going to scare the shit out of me, but I'm going to create something amazing and awesome out of it? What's the next thing? You're going to start getting excited. Not for bad things to happen. You're going to be expecting great things to happen, but you're going to understand that contrasts and problems in your life and being human, that is part of the process. That's part of the process. Especially when you first start to become conscious, and especially if you have the courage to make major changes in your life. It's not easy to quit a job that you've been in for your, making decent money, getting the benefits, and then to quit that job because it doesn't resonate with your soul. That is not easy. That is what happens when people awaken. That doesn't mean everyone has to quit their jobs, because some people like that kind of job, and that's okay. That's part of, everybody plays a role. Everybody plays their own role. It's about perspective. It's about what makes you happy. You could stay in that job. You could just perceive people at work differently. And watch somebody that you've been beefing with at work for the longest. Look at them in a different light. Look at Don't look at their bad qualities. Dig for the good stuff. You'll start perceiving them differently and watch them act differently. Watch them start treating you differently. You can change your reality where you're at right now. You absolutely can. Everything is how you perceive it. The way people treat you is the way you treat you. So if people are treating you badly, you probably treating yourself badly. You're probably pretty hard on yourself. When you do something wrong, that little voice in your head, you're beating up on yourself instead of saying, it's okay. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Let's try this a different way. Let's do better next time. Treating yourself as if you are your own child. That's what they talk about, getting in touch with your inner child. That's what it means. Taking care of yourself, loving yourself unconditionally. That way the universe can love you unconditionally. People will come into your life who love you unconditionally. You'll be a better parent because you're not beating yourself up because your kid acted crazy in the checkout line and everyone's staring at you. Or you're on a plane with your kids and you're right up close to the first class and they're all huffing and puffing because your kid's being loud or, crying, or you have a newborn. Like, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be hard on yourself. You're going to say, I'm trying my best right now. I'm trying my absolute best right now. And guess what? This is part of being a parent, and that's okay. And guess what will happen? People around you will want to help you. People will show sympathy towards you, or empathy towards you, and they will be offering to help you. You won't feel judged. And the people who are judging you, you won't care. Because they can sit in their own shit. They're making themselves miserable by judging you or getting irritated that you have a child that's being a child. Every situation is how you perceive it. Every last one. You have a choice in every moment of your life to choose how you want to see this situation. Just make little baby steps. Just little things. Catch yourself doing something where you could perceive it better. Catch yourself when you go to hang out with your friends. Catch yourself when you start to gossip. Catch yourself when you're using gossip as a form of bonding. Because that is very common in our culture, especially among women. And it's just because we want to feel better. We just want to feel better about ourselves. When we gossip, it's because it's the same stuff that we're telling ourselves. So we're talking mess on this woman. Look at her in those pants. She has no business wearing those pants because of her shape, blah, blah, blah. That's that's what you say to yourself. It's because you feel that exact same thing on the inside. That I don't look good in my pants. That's why you're judging that person. Whether you want to believe it or not, maybe you're in denial of it, but that is what that says. When you judge another person, it's because you judge yourself. So the answer to all your issues are within. That's why you have to work on yourself. You have to catch yourself when you're doing something like that. When you're judging somebody. When you're feeling like a horrible parent. Feeling whatever way. You can't talk to yourself like that. You have to love on yourself. You have to love on your inner child. You have to treat yourself like you are your child. And take care of yourself. Self-love is everything. I kind of got off on a tangent. I don't even remember what I originally got on the video to talk about. But yeah, that's kind of what Spirit moved me to say. So I hope people get out of their comfort zones. We get out of this complacency culture and try to make changes in our life. It doesn't matter what people think. You've got nothing to lose. You either stay in this shitstorm that you're in right now, or you change something and you grow from it if you fail. And then you try to change again. But you're not going to fail. It's supposed to happen. Everyone's waking up. There's a great awakening happening right now. And it's beautiful. We're loving each other. Don't let people tell you the world's going to hell. It's not.